After months of processing the fatal tragedy that occurred on the set of his movie film Rust, Alec Baldwin is now speaking out about the accident in a new interview, as he claims he never actually pulled the trigger on the gun that left one crew member dead. Let's get into it. While many are still trying to process how such a tragic accident could have occurred on the New Mexico set of Alec Baldwin's film Rust that left a crew member dead and another injured, Alec is sitting down in a tell-all interview with ABC News' George Stephanopoulos to recall the harrowing events. In a preview for the interview, which is set to air on ABC today, Alec first recalls how late cinematographer Halyna Hutchins was loved and adored by everyone. He got emotional and teared up as he remembered she was someone who was loved by everyone who worked with her and liked by everyone who worked with her and admired, adding, "I mean, even now I find it hard to believe that she's gone. It doesn't seem real to me." Not only was Halyna fatally shot to death when Alec fired a prop gun containing a real bullet, but director Joel Souza was also injured. As George continued to question Alec about what had happened that day, Alec then revealed in a shocking and slightly confusing confession that he didn't actually pull the trigger.
In the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
Alec continued to explain himself, saying, "I would never point a gun and pull a trigger at them, never," adding that the bullet wasn't even supposed to be on the property. George was quick to question how a live bullet was placed in the gun when Alec, who was also equally as unsure, replied, "I have no idea." Alec continues to respond to some of the hard-hitting questions asked by George, including whether he feels guilt for what happened and how he feels knowing other actors like George Clooney have been known to check their prop guns themselves, which will all be answered in the full interview. As the preview cuts, Alec admits that this is, in fact, the worst thing that has ever happened to him and appears to be haunted by one burning question.
I think back, and I think of what could I have done.
At this time, the Santa Fe Sheriff's Office told E! News that they have no comment on Alec's interview, and investigators are set to visit Bonanza Creek Ranch in Santa Fe County after a judge signed off on another search warrant earlier this week. Many who have tuned into the preview have expressed their concern regarding Alec's interview, especially considering the case has not yet been completed. One user wrote, "As his lawyer, I would have completely advised him against giving this interview. I would have waited until after the case had been settled to do this." Others questioned, if not Alec, then who did pull the trigger? Like this user who asked, "Does he really think that we are stupid enough to believe that he didn't fire the gun?" The incident still remains under investigation, but has since renewed calls for better safety practices on sets that require the use of weapons. Alec appeared to agree with this sentiment in a message posted to his private Twitter account last month, suggesting that police officers should be present on every film/TV set that uses guns, fake or otherwise, to monitor weapon safety. The full interview is set to air tonight on ABC at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We continue to keep the families and loved ones who were affected by this devastating incident in our thoughts. For the latest on the tragedy that struck the Rust movie set, click right over here for another clever video. Then hop to the comments and let me know all your thoughts on Alec's new interview. As always, I'm your host, Renee Ariel. You can follow me on socials at Renee Ariel, and I'll see you next time.